Assalamualaikum and salam UiTM di hatiku. My name is Muhammad Najwan AFIQ bin MAZLAN. What is environmental sociology? According to encyclopedia.com 2019, environmental sociology is typically defined as the study of relations between human and society and their physical environments, or more simply, societal environmental interaction. What can be understood is that environmental sociology is a form of concept that plays a role in the relationship between social and environment. Every living thing, such as humans, animals and plants, is very dependent on the environment because from the environment comes various resources such as food and water as a source of life. What is SDG? Or Sustainable Development Goals? According to Martin 2022, the Sustainable Development Goals are a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet and improve the lives and prospect of everyone everywhere. The Sustainable Development Goals (SDG), also known as the Global Goals, were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet and ensure that by 2030, all people around the world enjoy peace and prosperity. According to the United Nations Development Programme UNDP 2022, there are 17 SDGs that have been compiled that cover various backgrounds such as environment and humanity to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all.
My name is Muhammad HAKIMI bin Abu AMAR and I will present about the SDGs series. Firstly, the right to safe drinking water and sanitation. Next, groups that are less fortunate to have access to water and sanitation. And last, tighten the basic law and effective implementations. The government's role in the implementation of 6 SDG is an example of translation of the importance of environmental sociology in this country through Malaysian progress of Sustainable Development Goal 6. First, Malaysia adopted legislative and administrative measures to ensure the realization of this right and the continuous improvement of the people's living conditions. Therefore, the Malaysian government ensures safe drinking water and proper sanitation, accessible, affordable, acceptable and quality. In addition, the Malaysia government prevents third parties from interfering in any way in the enjoyment of the right to safe drinking water and sanitation. The Malaysian government adopts the necessary and effective law and policies to prevent third parties from denying or impairing equal, affordable and physical access to safe drinking water and proper sanitation. Next, the government helps the less fortunate group to get water supply and sanitation, and education and awareness program about the protection of water resources has been implemented. Active and meaningful participation of affected communities and civil society actors has also been implemented, such as a provision of drinking water and sanitation has been given to communities that cannot access clean water, such as the indigenous community. For the suggestions, the university as a leader in knowledge should play a role in applying sustainable development integrations among university students and communities. This is because research as the main core of the university strengths enables of new technologies to be created. Furthermore, academics can work together to study transdisciplinary findings based on various branches of knowledge. It can implement through the scientific publication in journals. Scientific theories can be reduced to ensure that sustainable goals can be achieved. In conclusion, the importance of environmental sociology in sustainable development is not only an environmental agenda, it is also an agenda for community well-being and national well-being.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is MOHAMAD ROSIDI and now I will be presenting about SDG 7, which is affordable and clean energy. Now we'll be moving on with the issues. Between 20s and 2018s, the number of people with electricity increased from 78 to 90%, and the number without electricity dipped to 789 million. Yet, as the population continues to grow, so will the demand for cheap energy, and economy reliant on fossil fuel is creating a drastic changes to our climate. The first benefit gained from this SDG goal is reduce wastage. The use of LED light bulb in home and building is one of the ways for reducing energy costs and reductions in electricity bill. Modern appliances such as washing machine and water heater are much more efficient and cheaper to run than the older model. Last but not least is reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The use of modern technology improves efficiency. Hybrid cars and electric vehicles have been proven for reducing emissions. Electric vehicles are much more efficient than diesel or gasoline. Moreover, using mass transit system along with complementary walking and cycling infrastructure can sharply reduce both CO2 emissions and energy use, and also improve air quality with subsequent health benefit for local inhabitants. In my opinion, SDG 7 or affordable and clean energy is very good to ensure that sustainable development can be formed globally, especially in Malaysia. This is because it has several benefits that can help to preserve the environment. For example, the use of solar technology as a new alternative to replace petroleum that pollutes the environment makes it a renewable energy that is more efficient and cheaper to the consumer. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is NURUL and I will explain on Goal 13 of SDG, which is climate action. Climate change increases in heat waves, drought and floods are destroying the planets and affecting billions of people worldwide. Despite of temporary reduction in carbon dioxide emissions in 2020, global energy related to carbon dioxide emission increased by 6% in 2021 as demand for coal, oil and gas recovering along with the economy. Based on current national commitments, global emissions are expected to rise by nearly 40% over the next decade, potentially leading to a climate disaster unless governments, the private sector and civil society work together to take immediate action. However, the war in Ukraine threatens to be a major setback for concerted efforts to accelerate climate action. Goal 13 aims to put into action the United Nations Framework's Convention on Climate Change commitments to achieve a climate-neutral world by mid-centuries in order to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius with a goal of 1.5 degrees Celsius compared to pre-industrial levels. It also aims to improve countries' resilience and adaptive capacity in the face of climate-related natural hazards and disaster, with a particular emphasis of existing least developed countries. According to the Department of Economic and Social Affairs, United Nations, these are the target of Goal 13. First, Target 13.1, which is strengthen the resilience and adaptive capacity to climate-related disaster. by strengthening resilient and adaptive capacity to climate-related hazard and natural disaster in all countries. Second is target 13.2, which is integrate climate change measures into policies and planning by integrating climate change measures into national policies, strategies and planning. Third is target 13.3, which is build knowledge and capacity to meet climate change by improving education awareness rising and human and institutional capacity on climate change mitigation, adaptation, impact reduction and early warning. The fourth target is implement the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, which is implement the commitment undertaken by developed countries parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change to a goal of mobilizing jointly $100 million annually by 2020 from all sources to address the needs of developing countries in context of meaningful mitigation actions and transparency on implementation and full operationalize the Green Climate Fund through its capitalization as soon as possible. And lastly, target 13.5, which is promote mechanism to raise capacity for planning and management by promoting mechanism for raising capacity for effective climate change related planning and management in least developed countries and small islands developing states, including focusing on women, youth, local and marginalized communities. Here are the list of things we should do recommended by the United Nations. In conclusion, the climate change is an undeniable and real threat to our entire civilization. The consequences are already visible and will be disastrous unless we act quickly. We can make the unnecessary changes to protect the planet through education, innovation, and adherence to our climate commitments. These changes also present enormous opportunity to modernize our infrastructure, which will create new jobs and promote global prosperity. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is NURHALIZA SAHIRA BINTI HAMDAN. Next SDG that related with the environment is SDG 14, Life Below Water. Marine pollution, river pollution is one of the issues are always related with SDG 14. Because many habitats are living under the water, whether they are in deep of the ocean or not, they still need to be alive. The ecosystem in the water must be protected from the harm and pollution. SDG 14 aims to protect and ensure the sustainable use of the ocean. This includes the reduction of marine pollution and the impact of ocean acidification, the ending of overfishing and the conservation of marine and coastal areas and ecosystems. SDG 14 has strong interdependency with a broad range of the other SDGs, as ocean sustain coastal economies and livelihood, contribute to food production and function as a carbon sink. Oceans are fundamentally important to health of human and the planet. They make up 3/4 of the Earth's surface and join half of the oxygen we breathe. They also provide 97% of the world's livable habitat and are home to nearly 700,000 species. Oceans are home to seahorse, dolphins, whales, corals and many other living creatures. Oceans are our planet's life support as they provide water, food and help regulate the weather. Oceans also provide jobs for more than 3 billion people who depend on marine biodiversity for their livelihood. Marine protected areas help protect important habitat and representative samples of marine life and can assist in restoring the productivity of the ocean and avoid further degradation. They are also sites for scientific studies and can generate income through tourism and sustainable fishing. If we work together, we can end and even reverse most of the damage we have done to the world ocean and protect this vital part of the planet.
My name is Aina binti Muhammad ROSIDI, and now I will proceed with the goal 15 of Sustainable Development Goals, which is life on land. What's the goal here? To sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, help and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Why? Because forests cover nearly 31% of our planet's land area, from the air we breathe, to the water we drink, to the food we eat, forests sustain us. Biodiversity and ecosystem services it underpins can also be the basis for climate change adaptation and disaster risk reduction strategies, as they can deliver benefits that will increase the resilience of people to the impacts of climate change. Forests and nature are also important for recreation and mental well-being. In many cultures, natural landscapes are closely linked to spiritual values, religious belief, and traditional teachings. Hence, deforestation and forest degradation result in loss of habitat for all species, a decrease in freshwater quality, an increase in soil erosion, land degradation, and higher emissions of carbon into the atmosphere. In short, not taking action of forests impacts both the health of the planet and our communities. What can we do? Inevitably, we change the ecosystem we are a part of through our presence, but we can make choices that either affirm diversity or devalue it. Some things we can do to help include recycling, eating a locally based diet that is sustainably sourced, consuming only what we need, and limiting energy usage through efficient heating and cooling systems. We must also be respectful toward wildlife and only take part in ecotourism opportunities that are responsibly and ethically run in order to prevent wildlife disturbance. Well-managed protected areas support healthy ecosystems, which in turn keep people healthy. Is it therefore critical to secure the involvement of the local communities in the development and management of these protected areas? And now I will pass to Najwan.
For conclusion, what we can conclude is the environmental sociology is very closely related to the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) in ensuring that the environment and the world can be preserved and protected for a better future. Man and nature are so dependent on each other, and if one of them is destroyed, then it will lead to the instability of the ecosystem will occur. Humans need plants to survive, such as breathing and food source, as well as plants need humans to live, such as the process of photosynthesis. Therefore, with the SDGs along with the concept of the environmental sociology, not only the environment but humanity and the world will be preserved and protected. Love our nature, protect our nature for better future. Thank you from us.